Imagine this: a calm suburban street, birds chirping, morning sun. Then, record scratch, a bagged, dying tree sapling lying in the grass. Imagine paying hundreds of dollars every year to a group that promises to care for your neighborhood, only to find out they're nothing but a pack of lazy scammers. Well, in my neighborhood, they messed with the wrong mom. And she didn't just fight back, she dismantled the HOA from the inside, piece by piece, until it was gone forever. If you've ever dreamed of serving justice to people who think they're untouchable, smash that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll ever hear. When I was just a baby, basically a little glowworm wrapped in a blanket, my parents bought their first home in what seemed like a peaceful suburban neighborhood. There was an HOA, and at first my parents didn't think twice. They were young, busy, juggling work, daycare, diapers, and life. The HOA sent bills every month, claiming the money went to snow removal, trash collection, and neighborhood beautification. But here's the kicker. The city already handled snow plowing and garbage pickup. Still, the HOA created the illusion of effort. They'd wave, send newsletters, and occasionally announce a big improvement project. One summer, they made their biggest announcement yet. We're planting beautiful new trees all over the neighborhood. My parents thought, hey, at least they're doing something with our money. They were wrong. Beat. Gentle inhale. The day the trees arrived, my grandma was visiting. She's not just into gardening, she's a certified master gardener.
She's sipping her coffee by the window and freezes. Then she squints. Are those guys planting the trees or just dropping them? Out on the lawn, a couple of sweaty guys were hauling saplings off a truck and just laying them on the grass, still wrapped in their plastic root bags. No holes, no soil prep, just sad little sticks on the lawn. Grandma shakes her head. Those trees will die if they're not planted today. And that's the moment something in my mom snapped, because suddenly she realized, I am paying these people actual money while working full-time, raising 2 kids, scraping together babysitter money, and this is what I'm paying for? The anger boiled. Her jaw tightened. Her pulse kicked. That night, the saplings still lay there. By morning, half were tipped over, drying out in the sun. Oh no, not on my watch. Briskly, she marched straight to the head of the HOA's house, knocked on the door. When he opened it, she didn't yell, she didn't curse. Either those trees get planted correctly today, or I'm done paying you a single cent. And in that moment, the HOA made their fatal mistake. The head guy chuckled nervously and said, well, hey, you seem passionate. Ever thought about joining the HOA? Mom smiled, slowly. Sure, sign me up. The next HOA meeting was pathetic. 5 people in a dusty garage, sitting on folding chairs. Most of them were related. Literally. The landscaper who dumped the trees, nephew of the president. The snow removal guy, his cousin. The secretary, his wife, who didn't even take notes. And then my mom noticed something worse. None of them were paying HOA fees. Everyone else in the neighborhood was footing the bill. It was like a mini mafia, milking the neighbors and giving nothing in return. Mom spent the entire summer digging, sometimes with me in a stroller, sometimes with my older sibling at daycare, combing through years of financial records. And what she found was damning. The HOA had no legal authority in our neighborhood. Everything they managed was already handled by the city or individual homeowners. They were collecting hundreds of dollars a month from families just to line their own pockets. Mom didn't just get mad. She got strategic. Step 1, educate the neighbors. She printed pamphlets in English and Spanish because our neighborhood had a lot of Hispanic families who'd been targeted, assuming they wouldn't question it. She walked door to door, block by block, stroller wheels squeaking on the sidewalks. You're paying for services you already get for free. Here's how to stop. Here's the proof. Neighbors were stunned. Some were furious, others embarrassed. Step 2, lawyer up. Painful expense, but worth it. Step 3, build a case. She collected years of fake budgets, bogus contractor invoices, and even pictures of those neglected saplings. And then it was court time. Picture this. Mom in her cleanest blazer, hair up in a no-nonsense bun, lawyer on one side, accountant on the other, HOA president sweating through his polo shirt. The judge flipped through the paperwork, frowning deeper with every page. Fraud, misrepresentation, unauthorized operation. When the gavel came down, the HOA wasn't just kicked out, they were legally barred from ever operating in our neighborhood again. Mom walked out of that courthouse with the weight of 50 exploited families off her shoulders. The HOA dissolved. The president's little family scam was exposed. And for 19 years and counting, nobody has dared try starting an HOA here again. And those neighbors, they never forgot the mom who stood up for them. That feeling, walking out of that courthouse, sunlight on her face, knowing she'd not only protected our family, but every family on our street, it was pure vindication. The scammers had to watch their entire scheme collapse because one angry mom decided she'd had enough. This story proves something powerful. Sometimes, the strongest person in the room is the one pushing a stroller with one hand and serving justice with the other. Never underestimate a mom on a mission. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories that prove karma always comes around.